Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Short Q Cooking. I'm just gonna go through. I'm gonna do my homework, and I need to make vegetable stock. Vegetable stock takes about 40 minutes at the most. I'm just cutting up now mirepoix, which is the three things that give the stock its flavor: carrots, celery, onion. Now everybody, I keep talking, having to tell people the same thing over and over again. Everybody is different when it comes to mirepoix. Everybody don't use the same thing. Everybody don't call it the same thing. Some people use celery, bell pepper, and onion. That's them. I use what I've been taught to use. Now, I do use bell peppers when it comes to, depending on, like, if I'm making a mirepoix for greens. I really don't put carrots in my greens because it adds the sweetness when it's cooked. Well, can you have my apron, please? So I'll add instead of the bell pepper, instead of the carrots, I'll add the bell pepper. I'm getting assistance today with my filming. Thank you. So the first thing you do to try to start your stock or broth, whichever one. The difference is the thickness, basically. So you got 2 parts onion, 1 part celery, 1 part carrot. Heat up a pot that you're going to put it in, that you're going to be cooking it in. I'm loving this apron already. It's nice and thick. Now, I'm not just wearing it because it has my name on it, but it's it's more than one reason to wear an apron. Besides to keep your clothes clean, it's like a second layer of protection. Just like a chef jacket. So we're doing a vegan broth. So we're only using vegetables. Just we're using extra virgin olive oil. Now, if you like using butter, you can use the vegetarian or vegan butter. But you don't have to use that much because we're just going to be sauteing these a little bit just for aromatics. And then we're just adding water to about up to here. Do a rapid boil. Then we turn it down and let it simmer for 30 minutes. So all together, this should take about 40 minutes to make some stock. So while I'm doing that, I could be finishing my hair. Because I can't keep doing videos in a bonnet. That's ghetto. I know it's ghetto. I don't need nobody put nothing in the comments like, why you got that bonnet up? Because my hair not combed. And I'm not gonna, I can't be out here with my hair all over the place while I'm cooking because that's how hair get in your food. You know. Move the camera to the right.
Okay, I'm coming. Get up. Pause it.
Yeah. No, you got to just bring it over here. Now, I see a lot of people doing their at-home videos wearing gloves. I don't wear gloves when I'm cooking for my family or when I'm doing my homework because we're the only people that's going to be eating it. I wash my hands. They saw me wash my hands. I constantly turn it off.
Is he finished?
No, it's not. I got onion on my finger.
No, it's him right there.
Yeah, I never cut the strings off. That way, this is why y'all tea never be done. Tea has a nice dark color to it. So we're gonna let it cook a little bit. Then I'm gonna coat it with the oil that I put in the pot. Is that what I'm Now we're not trying to cook the vegetables all the way through. I'm just say that move.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the best way to tell if it's time to add your water is when your onions start becoming you can start smelling them really good, aromatic. And they start becoming translucent. Basically, you can just start seeing through them. I don't want to use a bunch of big words, and I don't want to use a bunch of little words. Because these days, people get offended by the little stuff. When she talks to people like they stupid, or she talks to people like they can understand what she's saying. So, I think that's what made my videos a little longer than everybody else's, because I'm over-explaining in both terms. So I'm basically saying the same thing twice. This not even dark enough for me to drink, especially not for no chamomile tea. You need another bag. I'm gonna have to add a bag to my cup for that to be effective. Look, I'm losing onions here. Now we don't want it to get dark because we want a clear broth. So we don't want it to get dark at all. That's why I'm constantly stirring it. We turn it down. So when they start looking like this, and you can smell it, add your water. I usually have my water already pre-measured, but that's 20 cups of water pre-measured out. I don't have a bowl big enough to put 20 cups of water in. I would have to use 2 nice size bowls to do that, and that's wasting dishes. So once I add my water, what I want to do is bring this to a rapid boil. That means make it really, really hot, really, really fast, and then turn it down. Now I don't add any salt or anything, so about this much water. So I'm going to try to bring it to a boil really fast. So now that I added my water, I'm adding bay leaf and some peppercorns. Can you give me the thyme? I forgot to get some thyme. And a few sprigs of thyme. No, in the refrigerator. I have some fresh thyme. And my garlic. I add a couple of cloves of garlic. I would have sauteed the garlic with it. I forgot it. It's a bag of garlic that's in there.
Oh, that white bag?
Yeah, I just bought one. So I used about like 4 or 5 peppercorns, 1 bay leaf, 3 sprigs of thyme, and I'm putting like 4 things of garlic. And that's it. Now we just bring it up to a boil. As soon as it starts boiling, we turn it down and just let it simmer. So you just let it cook like just a simmer, low simmer for 30 minutes. And then after that, get you a strainer. You strain it into a bowl. You can preserve the vegetables to make soup with. That's when you add the other little different ingredients you add to make your soup with. Or you can toss it. You can do what you want to do with your vegetables. I just need the broth. I don't know if I'm going to be using the vegetables for the soup today because I might use the vegetables for the soup today. But this is how it's going to look. Let it simmer slowly like this for 30 minutes. That's it. And then you drain it. Now, if you're not going to keep it out or use it, like I'm going to use mine today because I'm cooking it today. If I wasn't going to use it today, I will get some ice. I have an ice maker. I put it in the sink, stop the sink up, put it in the sink, put my bowl in the sink. I will put the strainer inside the bowl, and I will pour my soup into the strained bowl. And that way, it cools it down really fast. Then you can put it in a Ziploc baggie and freeze it until when you need it. So when you do need it, you got to take it out the day before. Let it sit in the refrigerator. Now, if you got those generic bags, because I buy the generic bags, what I've learned to do is I find a bowl like this, or a bowl like this, to sit the frozen bag in the refrigerator overnight. Let it unthaw. And now I want to wrap it boiling. So once it does that, turn it down. I hate this stove. I really do. Because it wasn't doing nothing for like the whole time. And then all of a sudden I want to rapid boil. So once it rapid boils, that's when you turn it down and let it simmer for 30 minutes. I said, hate this stove though. I just can't wait to get another one. I'm finna go back on this Sam's Club. Where's the strainer that I had in here that I was using?
There one.
Yeah.
Right there.
No, the big one. I can't use that little big one. Okay, yeah, that one. I ain't gonna use it. So, this is how I strain mine. I get a bowl, the strainer, and I just pour it in there. Lift the vegetables up. Now, if you don't have, I'd rather use the sink because it gives you more room to put the ice around the bowl, but it doesn't cover all the way to the top. So if you can find, depending on how much stock you're making, if you can find a bowl that fits inside of another bowl like this, so once you finish straining it, the broth will be in here and ice water will be in here, and you sit it in there and let it cool down. That's the fastest way to cool it down. If you're going to freeze it, if you're not freezing it, you're going to use it the same day, then you can leave it in a pot. You don't have to strain it. So just ladle out. Use a ladle out how much you're going to need into a measuring cup, or ladle it out into the skillet if you're making sauce. But you want to keep it at a certain temperature so it doesn't go bad and it doesn't hit a temperature danger zone. So this is me starting my homework. I'm getting out the loose stuff that I'm going to need. I'm prepping. You might want to come out the way for now. Come on, yeah. So I'm prepping. So this is me prepping. This is dinner. That's separately. So I'm doing that at the same time. My mirepoix I already pre-cut. Celery and onion. And my carrots I already pre-cut those. But I'm going to need extra. Parsley, my onions, my butternut squash, my garlic, my olive oil, my ginger. I don't need a lot of ginger, obviously. But then I got my computer with my recipe on it. But that's about it. But if I do remember to record how I do the different soups, I will. But that's just how I get ready for doing my homework and how to make vegetable stock.